Good morning, everybody. It's Brooke with Mrs. Cog Hill Farm, and I got a new hat on today. Miss Jacqueline over at Head Family Farm designed this for me, and you guys can have one too if you're interested. My other hat's not gone. It's on a little vacation for right now. I'll still wear it from time to time, but this one is a lighter weight and I can see around me. Peripheral vision is good. So me and Dee Dee, we got work to do, baby. You can't just sit around all day. Come on. All right, I'll be done in just a minute. My first stop is at something that Jason normally takes care of, and that's Loretta and Gus. But my bighorn side by side has a new job, and that is the watermelon hauler. So we picked up our first watermelon of the season at a local farm stand, and I must say it was a good one. I was gonna try to make some pickled watermelon rind out of the leftover rind, but I just got a little too much going on. So that's gonna come a little later. Today it's Loretta and Gus. Gus, you can't bite through the fence, buddy. Look. Y'all, I tell you what. They are something else. Loretta's gonna probably do the watermelon run, not the watermelon crawl. Mr. Gus, you about to see your wife in action. I say wife, it's more like his sister. They will not be reproducing, but you got Loki, the little golden sea bright rooster, and one of his hens here trying to sneak some of the pig feed before I get them fed. And y'all can see there's two of the male peacocks, not Scott and not Scott, over here chilling out this morning. The female, Miss Lewis, is still on eggs somewhere. I have seen her a couple of times, but I still don't know where she is. Mr. Tommy and some of his feathered friends that kind of free range over here in this area. Loki and his two wives, they're gonna have some feed out here by the fence. We normally feed them over in the green coop, but we do feed them out here just to keep them friendly and to keep count on everybody. You are indeed the mouth of the South. Now, her husband, who is the one with the messed up wings back there, he's been messed up since we got him, probably 5 years ago, is quiet. But as you can tell, she's got a big mouth. He just makes like a hissing sound. So a lot of comments get asked about Mary Carl's pigeons, and we don't show them very often because she takes care of them. But she has some that free range, and they have a trap door where they come out and fly and do their own thing and go back and rehome themselves. You can see some are sitting on top of that green coop over there. And those are the ones that you see flying around. Now, she has some that do not have that homing ability because they weren't born here. So if they weren't born on this farm and you let them out, they're not gonna stick around. They're gonna have to try to go back. She's got some that even came from Michigan. And those birds just don't have that homing instinct to know this is their home. They will try to take themselves back to Michigan. So those are not allowed to free range. All of these that do fly were born here, and that's the reason that they're able to, well, they know where they live. Loretta, it's a good thing I didn't tell you what you had to look forward to, because if I did, you wouldn't be eating your breakfast. And you know, you'd think you'd eat a little bit faster since you are indeed a pig, but you take your time. You just take your sweet time and you don't get in a hurry, which I'm kind of glad. But you and Gus are, y'all are in for the first treat of the season. Many more to come. This is just the beginning. And I must say, I don't usually buy a seedless watermelon. In my experience, the seeded ones just have more flavor. And that may be just in my mind, but To me, the seeded ones that I've had in the past have always been better than the seedless ones. But this particular one that I picked up at a little farm stand that's right down the road from us, I know why Jason gets aggravated, because she's aggravating me right now, was a seedless watermelon, and it was wonderful. So my feelings about seedless watermelons may have changed. Now, who's to say the next one that I pick up may be horrible, but it's kind of a hit or miss thing, I feel like, on watermelons in general. But this one, oh my goodness, it's gonna make Loretta be a very happy lady. So while the watermelon is continuing to sit, I wanna see if my dog, oh, she's gone. Where in the world is Dee Dee? I bet you I know where she isn't. I had Mr. Greg bring me some more dirt, and I have a plan for this dirt. And if y'all can imagine, Rocky has already found this one of two piles. He's dug around and found him a cool spot down there. I did get the dog's hair cut. They had just gotten really matted, and they don't like me to brush them. So the best thing for me to do was to have their hair cut. So they have both had a haircut, and it's starting to grow back out some. They did tell me that if I would bring them a couple of times, they could brush them out there. They have a way to restrain them and get them brushed out. And that way maybe next year we won't have to cut their hair, because they do have a double coat, and it does serve as, some people say, a cooling factor. However, I can't imagine living in Alabama and having a fur coat on. So this year they got their hair cut. If you feel that I shouldn't have done that, please just refrain from saying so. It was what was best for them, and we just always try to do what works out best for our animals. Now I want to show you my plans for the dirt before I go back and see if Gus and Loretta are through with their watermelon. So, as you guys know, I rehomed 2 of my geese to Stephanie, Caden's mom. Caden's actually here working today, and Stephanie is so thrilled to have those geese swimming around their pond. They actually have 2 ponds. So I told her to let these, you know, kind of settle down and make sure that she's okay with a pair of geese being there before we do anything different. But if they work out for her, she's got another pond, and if it makes her happy, I'll part with a couple of more, maybe even more than that, just to make somebody happy. So here's my plan. This area is where my mom's tiny house was, and so this entire area does not have grass growing on it. Now, everywhere else you can see has grass, but this is a very rocky area. So I would love to have grass growing over here, but that's not what I got the dirt for. I did get dirt or topsoil to go over here, and we did not get hay on it in time, and some of it washed away on the other side of the fence, but I'm not gonna let that happen with these couple of loads. So the pond dam is on the other side over there. And I've told y'all this area is not, ooh, the killdeer. I don't know if I can show it, but there's the mama. Now where's the baby? I bet it's not far. There she goes. I bet that baby's not far. I know she's not. I'm probably not gonna see her though. It's the cutest thing. There's 3 of them, and they stay right in this area. Okay, so my plans for the topsoil are to take the skid steer. I would not have done this with us not having the skid steer, because the tractor is just too iffy with me taking a full load across this hillside. But with the skid steer, it's much more stable and it's much easier to transport, and the buckets even have a bigger capacity than my tractor. Put the topsoil across the dam. Now this is per Mr. Greg's recommendation. And plant grass seed up there, because the dam is not washing. But it would be a lot better if we had grass growing on the dam. It's not going to grow in that soil that he brought in to make the dam, which is a lot of clay. It's just not going to grow. Matter of fact, we'll walk over there. It's one of the babies. Do y'all see it? It's trying to go through the fence right there. There it goes. Oh my goodness, they are so cute and they move so fast. I'm not trying to scare you, little buddy. Oh my goodness, I am so thrilled that they have been successful in raising their young. Okay, so Loretta's still eating. I took a glance over there before I decided to come over here and show y'all this this dam. And I've got all the geese, Nugget and Goldie, in the other pasture. It's separated by a gate and we can close them off. And that's one reason we did put that gate over there. So in case we needed to do work on the pond, then we can do that. So you may say, well, what about the repairs that you plan to do with the pond? Won't that mess everything up if you plant grass on the dam? Well, when we make the repairs to the pond, we're not going to have any reason to get up on the dam with any heavy equipment. What we plan to do is down in the pond area. So there shouldn't be any issues with planting grass. Even Mr. Greg said if we do have to drive over the dam, it's not going to be any problem with there being grass on there. And here is the reason grass doesn't grow. So you can see over to the side here where some of the sandy part of the clay has kind of washed over to the side. There's grass growing over here and weeds, but where the actual dam is, the part that Mr. Greg brought in to build up the dam so we can have a pond, there's no way grass is going to grow here. So those 2 loads of soil are indeed going to be brought over here. I may have to have some more. I'm just going to put a thin layer out. And what I found is that a thin layer of topsoil put with grass seed on top, and then I'll show y'all what else I got to do. Well, I had went ahead and told Mr. Greg to bring me the soil because he's a busy man and he kind of does things like delivering products in between jobs. So it's been probably a month or so since I asked him to bring the soil, and I told him I wasn't in any hurry. This is just a project that I want to work on a little bit at a time. When Jason is editing or doing something that doesn't involve needing my help, then I'm hoping that I can hop on the skid steer. And there's nobody in here, but I still want to lock this gate and move that dirt little by little. But I don't know how to operate the skid steer. My fingers are still taped up, but I don't have the pins in there anymore. I just want to see how much of my hand is actually needed to drive the skid steer. I talked to the doctor about it, and he said, just try it and see. If I feel like my fingers are involved, don't do it. But if I can do it with the palm of my hand, it's okay. He wants these joints to move. He wants my knuckles. I know they're all connected, but he doesn't want that to get stiff. So I need to move my hand, but I don't need to pick up anything heavy or put pressure on this broken joint. This is usually when you're down to the finish line. Y'all have swapped bowls. Loretta's made sure that Gus's plate's clean and vice versa. And Gus is no longer biting at the fence. It is time for y'all's summertime treat. And I'm gonna grab it out of the back of the bighorn. All right, Gus. Let's see here, buddy. Yeah, I didn't need mud all over me. All right. Are you gonna do your run? One for each of you. 1/2 for each of you. She says she's got to get the goodie out before she runs with the rind. What you think, girl? Oh yeah, here we go. Where are you gonna take it? It's probably too heavy right now for you to tote around. That may be the reason she runs. That may be right there. She's so scared that somebody's gonna get it from her that she totes it off. We got him figured out, don't we, Loretta? He had his own piece. He didn't need to come up here and bother you. No. And I see you got you a pumpkin growing over here from the ones that we threw out to you during the fall, so you may be waiting on that one. Oh, I see a bloom on it too. So I bet come fall, you're gonna have you a pretty pumpkin to carve and to tote around. She's waiting on it to get light enough where she can carry. And I bet you money she's gonna run with it. He's just leaving his in one spot. Not Loretta. She's something special. Girl, you know, I should have got you to get that watermelon out for me. You're doing a wonderful job. Yes, you are. Oh, you are a mess. You are a mess. That's okay. If you don't want to run with it, we'll all be all right. And y'all, I have freeze-dried watermelon before. It is very, very good. I got out as much as our family of 3, even offered my mama some before I got close to the rind. So don't think I wasted watermelon. I just used what we could eat. And then the rest of it went to Gus and Loretta. And you're mighty happy about that, aren't you, girl? Huh? I think she's just gonna sit right here and eat it. Let's go see what Gus has got going on with his, because you sure do a good job. Now the next one, I hate to tell you this, but the next one we're gonna have to split with Peaches. Gonna flip it around? That was not smart. Yeah. Oh, you said there's no challenge you're not up for. Let's go see how Gus is doing. You need Loretta to come help you? She's a lot further along than you are, sir. Yep, she's a lot further along than you are. And you're eating the rind. She's just eating she's eating all the red out first, and then she's gonna come back and eat the rind. Not you. You're gonna eat the rind too. Well, my dog went home. Dee Dee decided that she didn't want to work this morning. And it is awfully humid, but it's not too hot. It's, we're out here early. She wants to come out with me, and I let her, but then she gives up. So I'm gonna show y'all what I have planned for the top of the dirt once I get the seed on there. And then I'm gonna see if I can't move a little bit of it. I'm over here on the side of our property where the shop build is taking place. And I gotta show y'all something I haven't showed you in the past. If you remember, I told you that I'd found some old hay from a gentleman that's local that wanted to get rid of it. So he was selling it real cheap. And this is perfect for covering up grass seed, especially once I put the topsoil down and I put the seeds on it. It'll help to keep the seeds moist. It'll help the birds from eating the seed. Of course, there'll still be some that they'll eat. But putting old hay on top of those seeds just keeps it as a blanket, keeps those seeds in place. The wind won't carry them off. And I bought, goodness, I don't know how many. I took 2 trips, so I know I bought 8 bales. I can get 4 bales at a time. And I just got these old bales stored over here. I'm not feeding it to any animals. And I don't really care if it starts to rot on the bottom, because it's gonna be used for seed cover, or maybe even spray painting for decorations. Y'all know what I'm talking about if you've been watching for a while. I made the Christmas Moody that I put in front of the barn, and I've got plans to possibly do that with some other designs in the future. And if I don't use all this, it won't go to waste. So 8 bales, 6 right here, 2 on the other side of the property, should be plenty for what I want to do. If I start to see I'm running low, I did ask him if he had any more, and he does have a few left. So that's the plan. Well, I've been waiting on you to finish what you had to do, which was get Caden started on the last little bit of welding on the chicken tractor, because you got to teach an old dog some new tricks, or try to.
It's gonna be different for you.
Okay, so you just informed me that you don't want me to start on the dam because it's different than a tractor.
I don't want that to be your first project.
Well, I have some things around the surrounding area that I need to put dirt down first. Is it okay if I practice on those?
That's what I would much rather you practice on flat, wide open ground.
So I'll do that. Today's going to be my practice run. And whatever I get dirt put on, I'm hoping we can get seed and hay put on today because we got some rain coming. And last time I put out some dirt on the hill area, of course it washed away, you know, before we got the seed put out. So I'm going to try to focus on some flat areas and just concentrate on using the joystick and learning the controls.
Learning the foot pedals. That's
right, because I don't want to, like you said, you know, I was thinking I could just go in and start moving dirt to the dam, but that's not a good idea. I might end up in the pond.
I mean, it very easily could go in the pond. And, you know, you can't see going backwards.
All right.
And so, yeah, I'd much rather you get a good lesson on flat ground.
Maybe several lessons.
Several lessons.
Maybe I could even get some of the old hay out of the pasture and do things like that before.
Yes.
But we do have the topsoil here.
Yes.
And it's not going anywhere since it's piled up. It's not going to wash away. All right, so here goes my first lesson.
Yes.
And while I might not get any dirt moved, I'm going to learn.
We're going to learn.
Well, I have a name with an initial that I'm going to call this when I use it. And it's not just Bobby, it's Bobby C. And Bobby C, you know who you are. And that's it, Bobby C.
Bobby C.
Bobby C. So show me what you got. Well, I have a name with an initial that I'm going to call this when I use it. And it's not just Bobby, it's Bobby C. And Bobby C, you know who you are. And that's it, Bobby C.
Bobby C.
Bobby C. So show me what you got,
right,
Jason.
You got to get in here. All right. So, first thing you want to do is you want to pull your thing down.
Pull this down.
Yep.
Now, I want to take my hat off too.
Yeah.
Y'all don't look at my hair. Okay?
It's hot.
Flat.
It's hot out here.
Well, I can't see around me.
Yeah.
In here. So.
Yep. All right. Then what you're going to want to do is cut your switch on.
All the way or
Just
on low?
Just one click.
One click.
That's it. You want to put the password in.
Okay.
All right. Did it work?
Yeah.
All right. Now crank it up.
You ain't going to go, is it?
Just crank it. All right. So now it's ready. Now it's running. It's not ready yet, okay? Now to go, you got to hit this green button right here. That big one, yep. All right. Now you're ready. It's just saying the window's open.
Oh, okay.
All right. So
now I can just play?
This is just like the zero turn lawnmower, okay?
Yeah. See, I'm hoping that I can not use my fingers and just use my hand. I think I can.
Okay, well just try it and see. Now you got to push kind of hard, so if you can't, don't worry about it, okay? All right. This foot pedal is your up and down. Don't press it because I'm sitting on the bucket. This is your up and down, and that's your tilt.
Okay.
Backs up. It's just like the tractor when you're running the thing. Okay. You know, backs up. I don't know why, but it is backs up, forwards down.
So none of this other stuff I need to buy.
You don't have to worry about any of that.
Okay.
Anytime you flip this up and get out,
off.
It's not going to cut off. But when you get back in here and flip this back down, you got to always hit that green button to go.
Okay.
And it goes into a safe mode.
Okay.
So it can't go anywhere.
Okay.
All right?
Well, let me just practice. I'm just going to practice scooping dirt, setting it back down in the pile.
Okay.
And moving back and forth.
Okay. Sounds
make
good.
A track right here. It's fine. I can fix it.
Fix it. And watch the crabapple trees.
Where are they?
There's one right there.
Okay.
And then, you know, we got a tree right there. Trees over there. So just be careful with the trees.
Easy does it.
Easy does it. I told her it's different than that tractor. It is different than that tractor.
I love it.
It's different though, isn't it?
I love it. Yes, it will take some practice, but I love it, and I can do it.
Good.
It's not too much stress on my hand.
Good.
You know, I was scared with the pins in there.
Yeah,
I couldn't do
right.
it because I couldn't move that joint. I couldn't move anything. But I'm in love. I'm in love.
How you like the air conditioning?
I'm not focusing on the air conditioning.
But it feels good,
well,
doesn't
I'm
it?
comfortable. How about that? And guess what?
What?
My dog likes it when I move dirt around because he says that makes it a lot cooler when I move it around.
Oh, goodness.
I think this is going to be wonderful.
Okay.
And there's not going to be any issues with shoveling it over there. Now, if we didn't have this skid steer, there is no way I would have got Mr. Greg to dump that topsoil right there.
Yeah.
Because we could not do it with a tractor.
Right.
It's unsafe.
Yeah.
And with this, with having the tracks on it, yeah, the tracks do mess up the grass a little bit, but they also provide stability.
Yeah.
So it's going to be wonderful. And I got lots and lots of projects. Cleaning up the woods, putting the bridge across down there. Stay tuned. Bobby C is going to be utilized. And I'm going to practice the rest of the afternoon.
Good.
I know y'all don't want to watch me. All right. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed watching me operate Bobby C for the first time. And I am going to work on getting some projects done. Y'all be good.